everybody, welcome back here to the Mountain Race Series, as we're back here once again for the Season 5 here at the Mountain Race Series. Kind of screwed that up, but anyway, we're here today for race number 19 of the season. Before this race begins, it will be 8 races left before the cutoff race, before we have our 12 drivers racing for the championship. As now it is getting very, very crucial now for these drivers to pick up a win, be within the top 20 in points, and be eligible for a wild card or to race their way into the top 10 and try to solidify a spot in this season's chase for the Mountain Race Series Cup. If you notice, we are at a track that has never been ran before, ever, in the Mountain Race Series history. This is the 5th season, but we've never been here before, and this is actually one of my personal favorites when it comes to NASCAR tracks ran in real life. And it's sad this track does not run at the Cup or nationwide level anymore. It is still on the truck schedule, but we are here today at Rockingham Speedway. Yes, a really nice track. I really love this place. As we're going to be running for today's Subway 400, the final sponsor race from 2004 will be the sponsor of today's race. So it's 2014 now, so it almost marks the 10-year anniversary, and I guess I should say next month or March. I don't even know when the race was. I think it was the first week of March, but it's coming up with a 10-year anniversary since the last Cup race at Rockingham. But we're bringing it back here today in the Mountain Race Series as we're going to go racing here for 40 laps. And you take a look on the front row. What an interesting front row we got here. We got Red Bell on the pole, and her boyfriend Trent Dunham will start second. So that's a very interesting front row. When you look at the perspective of those two drivers, Trent came into today's race second in the points, so he's really helped himself out. He has a huge margin, almost a race up on 10th place, Aaron Williams Jr. So Trent has an opportunity to keep building up that spot, maybe securing a spot in the chase. It's still way too early to be saying that stuff because he could go on a bad streak and start falling down, along with any of these other guys up in the standings. So Trent's definitely needing to look for a run. But the one thing that's really left off Trent's stat is definitely the win column, which is a big fat 0. That's been a problem for him and a couple of other guys in the top 10 in points. As you can throw in there with Danny Wells, who actually won the nationwide race at where were we at? I just forgot where we're at. Iowa, yes. But Danny got his first win of the season in both series combined, so Danny's also looking for that as well. Red Bell, a chaser from a season ago, not having the season she was looking for, comes in here 22nd in the standings without a win. This is a huge opportunity for that 39 team, for sure. Row 2 has Brian James in the 6th car. Brian was in the top 10 points not long ago, and actually he's dropped to 29th in the points. So Brian definitely needs a win today. And outside of him is a new driver from last week that debuted, Cole Daly in the 33, looking to pick up a win today and get that 33 team on the map. Row 3 has Seth Cole, and Seth, 4th in the standings. He has the win at Kansas. This really is still going to help him regardless. He's still trying to get consistent runs. He's up here starting 5th. On the outside of him is the 43 of Michael Walton, who has a derpy dirt pit stop last week at Daytona that kind of killed his chances to continue on. Eventually ran out of gas and fell out of the race. So Michael's looking for a better run today with that 43 car. And going back to the 4th row, probably the hottest driver in the series right now, Sean Henley had another great finish last week. This guy jumped from about 30th to 9th in points probably within the last 4 races. And Sean's definitely working his way up. He's been basically tagged out of a couple of wins. I guess been taken away from him through various circumstances. But Sean definitely looking to get back in the chase once again this season for Tweenix Racing for the first time. So we'll see what Sean can do. Outside of him is the 48 of Cody Lamas, who could just use any kind of good run. He had a shot at winning last week at Daytona, and a pit stop kind of dragged him back. Lost the front pack and never could recover. So Cody's definitely looking to rebound once again today. And the final row in the top 10, as I'm taking a really long time, Ryan Acosta in the 16, and the 28 of Charles Sanford, who had a good debut last week, will round out the top 10. Points leader Joshua Collard comes into today's race with a 29-point lead over Trent Dunham. Collard, however, is starting toward the back alongside Richard Johnson right there, who's 5th in the standings. But we'll keep, or actually he's 5th in the standings. So we'll keep an eye on the guys up battling for chase spots and everything, and we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. I'm not going to bore you guys anymore. Let's go racing here at Rockingham.
Just like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car.
Waiting for these engines to fire, and you see everybody is firing those engines, waiting for the pace car to head off. And as we do, we're going to take a look at the starting lineup for the inaugural race here at Rockingham Speedway here in the Mountain Race Series. Here's your look at your lineup for today, Subway 400. And there you go, there's a look at your starting lineup for today's race. The first ever race here at Rockingham Speedway for the Mountain Race Series. And as we've been noticing, the high line is the lane to go when it comes to making passes. Will Trent Dunham had the advantage on his girlfriend, Red Bella, as we go green here at Rockingham for the first time ever. Not to think if, though, Trent probably gave her a break, but Trent probably didn't get a good start, though, it didn't look like. Now, this has been a really entertaining race to watch when it comes to making passes. Trent's going to clear Brian James. Now, watch what this 33 car does. Look at the run this 33 at Cold Alley's going to get on Brian James. He's going to clear him before he even gets to the start-finish line. He gets third place away from that 6 car. Slide down in front of him just like that. That's how you make passes. The thing is, the bottom does not seem to be the place you want to be at this track. Cody Lamas, Michael Walton have the right idea. They want to be on the bottom, or excuse me, the high side. Check out this 43 right here. He's going to go around Brian James now. So this is going to be the keys of this race, is getting to that high side like Michael Walton just did. But now he's going to kick the 33 up there where he wants to be, up on the high side. But right now, Red Bell is leading the way. And we'll have to keep an eye on anything happening towards the back. Oh, I think I just saw a wreck in the back. No, I didn't. Okay. Thought I did. A couple drivers in the top 10 in points back there are really struggling to have bad qualifying efforts. Danny Wells and Aaron Williams Jr. back there in 41st and 42nd. Look back a little bit more. There's last week's winner, Tim Fralick. Now here was Fralick, who we thought had no chance at, I guess at one point, to make the chase. He's 24th in points and he has 2 wins. The only other guy that has 2 wins is John Dillon. And John is in the top 10 in points in 7th. So if Fralick can work his way up to 20th, he's the first wild card at the moment. But Fralick, who we thought had a miserable season, is going to be thrown away, still has a shot at making the chase through a wild card spot. So Fralick is really going to need to have a good run in the next few weeks. Oh, it's James McLeod. Almost got turned by James Silverfox. That was a close call right there. Kurt Mortenick's trying to work his way back up in the top 10 points. He's 11th in the standings. He's following Jack Richards right now. There's Collard. Last time by, Collard came across the line in 30th position. Definitely not having a good run. He's trying to stick together. Oh, McLeod almost got turned for the 2nd lap in a row on the same exact spot, that time by Kurt Mortenick. McLeod just wants people to give him a break. McLeod missed so close on that. He was so close to win the nationwide race at Daytona, and he had a oh-so-close shot at winning the nationwide race at Iowa, and something happened on the last stop. He had a slow car. This guy just can't catch a break when it comes to getting a victory in that 5 car. Would love to get a victory here in the Mountain Race Series, get him back on track, and maybe have a chance to defend his crown. As look at Jack Richards making a 3 wide around Tim Walsh. Oh, and there's contact. We got a wreck. Joseph Lombard got turned by Chris Washer, and here we got the big one. Cars are wrecking everywhere. I can still hear him scraping. John Dillon was involved. Jack Richards, James Silverfox, Joshua Mudd, who had a great run last week. There's Lombard. He got turned by the 31. On John Dillon, 7th in the standings. This is the thing that Tim Fralick did not want to see, or any of the other wild card contenders. At 27 falls out in the top 10. He's going to be in a wild card spot, who has 2 wins, not what John was looking for. So Aaron Williams, he has damage also right there. That's 10th in the standings. Points leader Joshua Collard made it through. He was back there along with Danny Wells. The 29 got through. There's Chris Washer, who's the... Oh, we got another wreck. What the heck? Dylan Young got turned. Oh, nobody hit him, please. He spun around and kept going. I don't know who he just bounced off of. could have been Kurt Mortonick. He's very slow. Dylan Young just got very lucky. Dylan Young's been struggling. He is falling way down the point. He's outside the top 20 now, just trying to get a good run. And there's a guy that's been struggling as of late, too, up in the standings. 6th in points, Steven Gonzalez. We're going through the back because nothing's going on up front. That's why I'm doing this. Gonzalez battling his teammate Jacob Lawler. That's for 22nd place. Right behind Richard Johnson, 5th in the standings. There's Daniel Day battling Rohit Vaderview right now. He's in the Warburton Caterpillar painting. Oh, we got problems again. Justin Perry, Noah Hart. I don't know who else that was. That was Ryan Acosta. Oh, now everybody just wanted to rub doors with each other. It's starting to look like Martinsville. Everybody's rubbing doors, or I guess Bristol, I guess. Everybody kept it going, but now we got a droopy Home Depot rear end. Oh, William Duncan just bounced off Chris Washer or Joshua Collar, somebody. Okay, we're getting problems everywhere. The Mopar Dodge is destroyed. And there goes Duncan. He's probably done for the day. I keep catching these wrecks. It's kind of scary how I'm actually doing that. There's Sean Galligan. He started dead last in this race. He's just trying to get up through the field. He's probably seen every wreck so far. There's Mudd. He's coming back on the racetrack in the 15 in the subway car. Somebody we really need to point out that's been running good as of late, that's really worked their way up in the points, along with Sean Henley. Jacob Lawler, 8th in the points. He's ran really well. He had a great run at Daytona last week. He's trying to get his first win. Lawler, he had a good run at Kentucky as well. And I think Lawler's really starting to come around. And he's just trying to work his way up there. He let his teammate Steven Gonzalez go by. There's Daniel Hummel right here, another guy looking for a good run. Ryan Acosta's actually continued on after that wreck. But we're going to go toward the front again, see what's going on. Trent Dunham's content to stay right behind Red Bell, apparently. Cole Daly's making a run right now for second, trying to. He's using that high side. Charles Sanford, Andreas Allen back there trying to use it as well. Trying to pick up spots on Brian James and Pichu London. And Dunham's went to the high side. I think he's had enough of waiting. He's going to the outside of red. Oh, he turned red. Oh, no. She's going to keep it going, but, oh. That's not what you want to do to your girlfriend right there. Oh, boy. Red and Trent are going to have a little talk after this race. I don't know how she saved that either. Worst case scenario, neither one of them got away from that as leading. Red's going to be outside the top 10 almost. Are we having pit stops? I believe we are. Yeah, Cody Lama is bringing Jake Rogers down, but wow. Still see smoke. I think it's from the other wreck. But after all that, Cole Daly became the new race leader. Trent Dunham fell back to 5th. And Red Bell is not even in the top 10 anymore. We go back here, Tim Walsh, Jacob Lawler, Jake Rogers, Cody Lamas are all pitting. They're going to have more groups, I guess, coming this time by. The first one, Cole Daly's leading them down. Who's going to lead this lap? Is this Seth Cole? Nope, Zohar Munn in the 12 car is leading. I think this was the race. It wasn't this race a season ago. Zohar's trying to pick up his first win since last season at New Hampshire, which I don't even know if we're going back on the schedule again because it's awful. He's ahead of Seth Cole as they're all coming to pit road this time. Rohit Vaderview's trying to get down to pit road. He got kind of forced up there by the 15 to stay out almost. I don't think anybody else is going to stay out. There's Joseph Lombard going by. And it looks like everybody else is coming down pit road. There's Jake Rogers. He could be the new race leader, possibly. He's leading this charge coming out. I don't know where everybody's going to be cycled around. It's going to be fun trying to figure out who's leading. There's Charles Sanford. I think this could be the battle for the lead. I think Jake Rogers is going to get in the 9 car. Jake, a winner from Darlington with that crazy battle with Trent Dunham for the win. He came out on top in that battle. I'm waiting to see. Those other guys are coming off pit road. I don't know who the first one was off. I think it's Danny Wells. I think he's... don't think he's up there. I think he's about to go lap down. Jake Rogers, I believe, is the new race leader. There's Red Bell. Man, she is really far back now. That was a tough race. That was the worst situation for that driver right there. She was just leading, and Trent did get a run on the outside, but Red apparently didn't get the word from the spotter that wasn't clear. Or I guess, but that's a tough break for sure. And now the new race leader is the number 9, Dodge of Jake Rogers. Danny Wells in between the 28 and the 9 is a lap down. Danny right now running, it says, in the 38th position. This is a tough run right now for Danny, trying to go for the sweep this weekend. Not looking so good. Now he jumped up to 35th, but whew, how this race has changed just over that wreck. We're just now halfway. Jake Rogers is now the new race leader. Charles Sanford is up to second. Andreas Allen, good run for him, up to third. Jacob Lawler's moved up to fourth. And Tim Walsh in that 3 car, he's up to fifth. I don't know where he came from, but Tim running strong in that Tasmanian Devil Goodwrench Chevrolet. Maybe he needs to start having it on more often and make him run better. The leader before the pit stops, Cole Daly, is now 6th. 7th place is Zohar Munn. 8th is Michael Walton. 9th is Seth Cole, and his teammate Sean Hindley is running 10th. And there's all 3 Twin X racing cars. Roy Vaderview is running 11th. That's pretty interesting how that happened. Go through the field a little bit more. Daniel Day is 12th. Ryan Acosta 13th. Brian James 14th. Michael Norman is 15th, I believe. I think it's still shuffling around. Somebody went. Oh, Ryan Acosta's not on the lead lap. Okay. There's 3 Roush cars there too. Okay, so Brian James 13th. Michael Norman 14th. Cody Lamas is running 15th. James Qualls is 16th. 17th is Sean Gallagher, no Hart's a lap down. 18th is Richard Johnson. 19th, James McLeod. And 20th is Daniel Hummel. Then you got Aaron Williams is also a lap down, 38th. This is going to hurt him. Kurt Morchnick is 21st. Peachy London 22nd. Tim Freilich, last week's winner, is 23rd. 24th place is not Jack Ritters. He's a lap down. 24th place is Dylan Young, who had that spin. And now he's kind of stabilized where he's at in 24th. 25th place is not Charles. Oh, yeah, it is Charles Jackson. Okay. Charles Jackson 25th, Aaron Reed 26th. 27th place is now Trent Dunham. I think he had to stay on pit road to fix some damage, so Trent, this really hurt his chances as well in that move for the lead. That's going to be a discussion after this race. But he's falling back all the way back to 27th. 28th place is Chris Washer, who's been around a lot of wrecks today. 29th place is points leader Joshua Collard, who's also having a bad run. This usually don't see him toward the back, but this has not been a good day for him. And 30th place is Justin Perry with some damage. Steve Gonzalez 31st, Joseph Lombard is 32nd, not anymore 32nd, Red Bell's 32nd, 33rd, James Silverfox 34th, Joseph Lombard 35th place is, you can just look at the rest of it. John Dillon's going to end up last today, he's out of the race. William Duncan is out of the race as well. Jake Rogers is trying to stay ahead of Danny Wells, who's trying to get his lap back, but at this rate there's nothing you can really do. Oh, I think Jake saw what happened earlier to Red Bell. He might not want that to happen, might want to let that 29 car go by. But this is going to allow Charles Sanford to go after him for the lead as Danny Wells gets his lap back, but I don't know what he's going to gain out of it. But he's out of here. It's a 3-car battle for the lead. Jake Rogers has a win. Charles Sanford is in a car that's won twice this season. And Andreas Allen had a shot at winning at Phoenix, I believe was his best shot. Oh, Jake Rogers trying to pit. He just ran into the side of the 28. Yeah, Jake is coming to pit road. Wow. Jake's one of the first cars to come down. Here comes Lawler. It's not like everybody's going slow. Oh, and Noah Hart just wrecked back here. Oh, and Peachy London. We got a car upside down. It's Aaron Williams. Tim Freilich's in it. Charles Jackson got a piece of it. Trent Dunham's in it. Joshua Collard, the points leader's in it. He's under the 88. Who's that? That's Jack Richards. He's involved. Seth Cole is on the apron slow. I think he got a piece of that wreck. Something happened. There's a car. There's so much carnage on there. Oh, and Tim Walsh was involved. He was running 5th. What happened to the 3? The 8 got wrecked. Daniel Day's involved. There's Justin Perry. And there's Trent Dunham. Bad day goes to worse. I see a lot of smoke. And there's Peachy London. London came in this race 12th in the points. This is going to hurt. James Qualls was involved in the wreck in the 11. I didn't see him get involved. As more cars are pitting. When we get these pit stops done, we're probably going to take a look at some replays. Probably at the end of the race, actually, since I kind of waited too long. Zohar Munn, it says, is the race leader in the 12 car. Looking for where he's at. Oh, and the 43's in the wall. There's Zohar. He's still out there racing. I think he's trying to stretch out his fuel. Maybe trying to go for it. I don't know. He has him, Cole Daly. 3rd place is Rohit Vaderview. 4th place Michael Walton, and Michael Norman still out there in 5th. So see Daniel Hummel stayed out, Kurt Morchnick stayed out, and there's Jake Rogers. I believe he's going to be up there. And here comes these guys coming to pit road. Somebody just stayed out. Joshua Mudd. Oh, the points are going to take another shuffle again today with some of these guys up in the standings having problems. It says Zohar's the leader. Now this probably be the guy racing or taking the lead again is Jake Rogers. Jake came to today's race 26th in points with 1 win. He's in the same boat as Tim Freilich. If he gets a win, those two might be battling up for a wild card spot along with John Dillon. And these guys with 2 wins are going to be hurting everybody else with 1 win or even no wins. but I believe Jake's going to be the new race leader. There's Zohar. He's coming out. There's Jake Rogers. Actually, Zohar is going to be right with him. Wow. Zohar stayed with the leader this time. So the 9 should be the race leader and put the 12 back to second. And Jake's having a little bit of problem getting around Freilich. He's passing him on the bottom, which has not been the fun place to be at this track. And they're right behind Danny Wells once again. Danny's gaining some spots again. He's up to 24, so Danny's already gained a lot. It's really helping him out. Zohar Martin is second. Jacob Lawler and Charles Sanford are battling for third and fourth. And there's Seth Cole, who got damaged. He's back in 28th now. That's a tough break. He was running in the top 10. Another guy up in the standings having problems. Andreas Allen. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's one way to pass somebody. That's what happened earlier when we had a wreck. That time, they got lucky that didn't wreck that time. Don't think Seth appreciated that. But we have 5 to go at the line next time by. And see, Allen was 5th. 6th place is right here. Actually, it's Rohit Vaderview. Trying to go around Chris Washer, who's a lap down. 7th place is Sean Henley. Another good run for him. Brian James, solid run for the 6th team in 8th. Cody Lamas is now up to 9th. And another Roush car, Michael Norman, is in 10th. And there's Cole Dowley, who continues to fall back. He's now back to the 13th position. I don't know what's going on with him. And we'll go back here. It's Jake Rogers. Has 4 laps to go. He just put Richard Johnson a lap down. Johnson right now running in 30th place. He's actually 5 laps down, so that's really going to hurt. Richard Johnson's bad luck continues. And I'm looking for 2nd place. And Zohar Martin apparently got hung up behind Tim Fraley. He fell all the way back to 4th. Lawler's now 2nd. Sanford's going for it. Oh, and Fralick's in the wall hard. Wow. 17 car's having a bad day. Man, Zohar really got hung up behind that 17. It cost him, and now Jacob Lawler is 2.6 seconds behind Jake Rogers, who's in heavy traffic. But there's 3 cars between him and 2nd place, and maybe another one as he's getting around his teammate James Silverfox. As Jake Rogers is trying to get another win today. If he doesn't get in a wreck right here, oh, Red Bell and James Silverfox spun. Oh, that was right in front of those other guys. Yikes. Well, Red Bell got spun again, the exact same spot, that time by James Silverfox. Well, it didn't really help Jake out. James, I guess, was trying to help him get a lead, but that's not how you do it. He lost 3/10 actually. But coming around, the Season 2 Mountain Race Series champion, Jake Rogers, is taking the white flag and looking for his 2nd win of the season in that 9 car. Like we said, battled with Trent Dunham at Darlington to get that win in a hard-fought battle. Today, it came around with the pit stop timing and some good luck and a really fast race car today. It's Jake Rogers. He's going to come around and he's going to take the inaugural race at Rockingham Speedway. Jake Rogers will pick up his 2nd win of the season here at Rockingham to take the Subway 400. The battle for 2nd place back there was won by Jacob Lawler. He edged out Charles Sanford right there. So that's huge for Lawler. Sanford, another great run. He's had 2 great runs to start off his career. Good run for Charles Sanford today. 4th place, Andreas Allen got that. And Zohar Martin actually, wow, Zohar actually fell back to 5th after battling for the lead. That's a tough break. He was probably hoping for a lot better run right there. And it appears everybody has crossed the line. But wow. That was a very interesting race we had today. But a lot of different wrecks happened. I think we mainly saw almost every one of them happen. But wow, Jake Rogers, congratulations on the win. His 2nd win of the season. And ooh, it looks like there was a contact between Joseph Lombard and Daniel Hummel up there. But this race is in the books. And that was typical Rockingham racing, looked like there. And the high side prevailed. Rogers got up in front, never looked back, and Rogers is going to victory lane today. We already went over the top 5. Sean Henley ends up 6th. I believe he's still probably the hottest guy going on right now in the series. He's going to gain a couple of spots probably in the points too, with a couple of guys like John Dillon having problems, Steven Gonzalez, Richard Johnson didn't finish up there that well. Trent having problems, Seth, Danny, Collard. I mean, everybody up in the top of the standings. When I look through here, Collard, Dunham, Wells, Seth Cole, Richard Johnson, Steven Gonzalez, John Dillon. The top 7, I mean, I don't think anybody finished above 21st out of those. I think Steven was the highest. And then Lawler got 2nd. Henley got 6th. Let's see. And then we saw Aaron Williams have his problem. I mean, the top 10, everybody had problems today. This is a big day for these guys outside the top 10 to really make a splash coming back in the points. As we continue down, Brian James, great run of him in 7th. Rohit Vaderview, nice run in 8th. He's working his way toward the top 10, I believe, as well. He was 20th in points. Then you got Cody Lamas, and his teammate James McLeod ends up getting a top 10 today in 10th. Then you got Michael Norman, Aaron Reed, Cole Alley, Joseph Lombard, who spun early. He ends up coming back for 14th. And another guy that spun out, Dylan Young, recovered to get a top 15 run in 15th. Sean Gallagher was the first car lap down in 16th. He started dead last, so that's still a pretty decent day, considering he started last here. James Silverfox getting the wreck with Red Bell, ends up 17th. Danny Wells, he was running really far back early in the race. He was like 38th at one point. He ends up 18th today. I think he'll take that. That was a pretty safe run right there. And actually, didn't even notice Danny was above Steven, so Danny was the highest one. Tim Freilich ends up 19th after winning last week. His car was destroyed today. And Red Bell, after all her stuff, after leading the race, getting wrecked by Trent, and then Silverfox, Red will end up finishing 20th today. Not what she was looking for today whatsoever. Then you got Steve Gonzalez, Kurt Mortonick, Michael Walton, Joshua Mudd, Daniel Hummel, your top 25. Chris Washer, who was in a lot of wrecks today as well, ends up 26. Ryan Acosta, Charles Jackson, Seth Cole, who got in a wreck after running the top 10, ends up 29th. And Richard Johnson was the last car running in 30th. Seems like his bad luck is continuing for that 77 car. And then all the drivers that fell out of the race include guys up in the standings. Petrie London was a notable. We go down a little bit. Joshua Collard, 35th. The points leader in a lot of trouble today. Then you had Trent Dunham, who got in a few wrecks and was in that big wreck with Noah Hart. Aaron Williams, who took a big hit right there today, ends up 39th. Jack Richards, William Duncan, and John Dillon probably be outside the top 10 again. But he has his 2 wins to fall back on, but not what he wanted to do. He wants to stay in the top 10. So this is going to change a lot of things with John Dillon having a bad run today as well. Ends up dead last here at Rockingham. Well, guys, I was going to show the replays, but I think we basically caught every one of them on camera, so there's not probably a lot to see. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's race at Rockingham for the first time ever. I think it turned out pretty well. And thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to comment, like the video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to continue watching some of the videos on this channel. And thanks again, guys, for watching the coverage here of the Mountain Race Series. And also check the Mopar Nationwide Series out as well. And appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Remember to comment if you're in the series to keep up with everything. And that's it from today's race. The points will be at the end of the video. And thanks again for watching. Congrats one last time to Jake Rogers and the whole number 9 Evernham Motorsports team for winning today's race. I will see you guys next time for race 20 as the chase is growing closer and closer. And we'll find out what our field's going to look like for this season's chase for the Mountain Race Series Cup.